Alright, hello and welcome to this next game in the AD2L Season 5 In-House League. On the Dyers this time we'll have BYD, Jakey, Shadowmerc, Archetype, and Kokujin Slayer, excuse me. On the Radiant we will have MaYaTOVENT, Lexiprawn, Loki, JMS, and Mastamat. Bands, pretty standard at this point. The SF, the Troll Warlord, the Axe, and the Sniper. We do not see the Juggernaut here, but Juggernaut's not been picked or banned as much recently since he got those pretty massive nerfs in 6.83c. But the Tidehunter wasn't banned either, and he's picked up along with the Lion and the Vengeful Spirit. We've seen this a million times before. These are the heroes of the patch for this particular tournament.
10 seconds to pick.
With the Lion Tidehunter, the Lion may not need to get a blink as quickly. And we could see another solo support line. Works fairly well for them last time, once again against a Vengeful Spirit. Although the second support for the Radiant previously was a Silencer, and that did not work all that well for them. He did not even get level 6 before the end of the game. Radiant burning into their bonus time, probably trying to figure out how they want, or what direction they want this draft to go. So we might be able to actually see this pick, as early as it is, start to set the tone for the way that this game is going to play out.
I honestly think they should get a Skywrath in here.
You always think they should get a Skywrath. I'm not saying you're wrong. I love the hero.
Because I love Skywrath,
but you know, I'm afraid they would play Skywrath as a support instead of as a core. They'd go for the Bristleback. Strong hero, strong game. Ban the Mirana actually, so that's something fairly new. This means that their farmers, except for Bristleback, may not actually have all that good. May not be all that good at escaping ganks. It's really the only reason I think that you would ban a Mirana at this point. This early, at least.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Anyway, as I was saying, I would be afraid they would play it as a support, and that hero just scales so well as a core. If he's a core, he has pretty good jungle farming mechanisms. He just destroys one hero in fights. Even when BKBs come out, like, you don't have to use your spells right away. And with your high move speed, and sort of the way that the game has been progressing towards very long, drawn-out team fights, you can just wait till BKBs are down. Viper band, strong mid, lane winner, game loser. Not so game losing anymore since the Ags upgrade is quite strong. Or at least we've seen it used to great effect in this particular tournament when he makes it through the bans.
5 seconds remain.
And Lina banned out. So the Radiant actually choosing to go for some pretty unconventional bans. Lina plus Lion would destroy any one hero.
Especially if Lina gets Ags, it's just pure damage. Nothing stops it.
Absolutely. That pure damage actually might have been the entire reason they banned her, since they have the Lion, and the pure damage from Lina going through the Bristleback would make Bristleback's day not very happy.
That would melt the Bristleback pretty easily.
Or at the very least force him into a pipe.
Yeah, he would have to, even with a Vanguard and more HP, that would take him down to at least half of his health.
If he manages to turn away in time, though, that would be like 6 spines that would just immediately pop out and kill people.
Yeah.
5 seconds remain.
Did that earlier today.
So the silencer banned by Dire. He wasn't used to very great effect by Radiant in the previous game, but they have decided they don't want to play against him. They're afraid that it would be a little bit stronger this time. So still, this game could go many ways. Bristleback, Tidehunter, Lion. There's the battle of the drawn-out team fight versus the pick-off and burst into a tower push, and it looks like Dire decide they're going to err on the side of the long drawn-out fights, and they go for the Venomancer. That Poison Nova is going to do work with the Bristleback.
You know, many people call him Venomancer. I like to call him the Ebola Mancer because he just destroys everything.
But my Banana Mancer.
No, it's not the Banana Mancer knife, man. It's the
Not
Ebola
anymore.
Mancer.
That was a long time ago. I'm still not sure how I feel about the remodel.
Reserve time.
Remodel allows for sets, so.
But hats. I suppose we shouldn't
No
complain about hats. So the whole reason we have the game. Radiant sort of move.
Hey. That's not the whole reason I have Dota.
It's the whole reason that Valve is able to finance Dota, and the reason we have it. So Radiant actually choosing to burn most of their bonus time here. They're coming dangerously low with 3 picks still in the works. They do actually pick up the Juggernaut. They decide, you know, it's worth it this time. This could be very good or very bad. You can spin out of the Tidehunter ulti, but Lion has an instant hex.
He has to be quick on the spin though, so.
He has to be quick on the spin. And whenever Lion blinks in, he has to be quick too.
He is able to knock off the Lion finger though. If he's able to make Lion finger him and then spin, no damage is acquired, but the finger is burned. So
yeah, and that does explain the Lena ban a little bit more too.
Reserve time.
And Juggernaut is actually quite good against those supports. They're very squishy. They want to stay in the back lines, away from creeps, away from heroes. Maybe the Venomancer, less so. But we'll see how Dire decide. I cannot speak. We'll see how Dire decide to play against this.
Both teams running kind of low on that reserve time.
Radiant team are now picking.
And Dire pick up a Medusa, so Juggernaut can burst down a Medusa early in an Omni Slash, but later in the game she has to tank the entire thing and potentially more before she's going to actually lose all her life. But Juggernaut can get the Omni Slash off and basically ignore Stone Gaze because of it.
10 seconds to pick.
So,
True. So the Medusa pick is...
5
It's
seconds
okay,
remaining.
I'd say.
Medusa's just been such a strong hero this patch with
Reserve time.
the massive amount of gold that you get and the levels and the stats. But we're going to actually see a jungler again. I really hate junglers, personally.
I love junglers.
I think
do
they
nothing.
gimp your team so hard. But
Junglers, they just do nothing but farm all game and then come out and do everything for you.
5 seconds
yes,
remaining.
that is the theory. So Radiant choose to go with that theory,
Reserve time.
and they're gonna pick up this Enigma,
Radiant
move him into the jungle most likely. And they choose to ban out the Storm Spirit. They have already picked the line, so don't have to worry about that so much, and there hasn't been any Invoker played, so
to pick.
they're not so worried about that as a mid.
5 seconds. Hurry,
Do you
hurry.
think that they're gonna send the Medusa mid?
They could.
Dire team are now
I think
They
it's gonna
banned out
be
the
safe
Storm
lane, but
Spirit,
there's a chance.
so
There's a chance that it could be mid though. I think it's gonna go safe lane, but there's a chance.
yeah,
I'm
Radiant
not
agree
sure.
with you. They think Deuce is going to go safe lane as well. They banned out the OD, which is not a hero we've seen a whole lot of. Although his pure damage is very good against Bristleback, his ulti very good against Juggernauts and Vengeful Spirit.
10 10 seconds.
And since he's been reworked, his
5
aura,
seconds.
essence
Hurry,
aura, now has
hurry.
40% chance at all levels. So that's
Alright, I forgot
That's
that he
been
was
changed.
reworked.
Time.
I haven't actually had the opportunity to see that rework in action yet.
I've tried it in a bot game, and it's okay. It's pretty good. You just get 2 levels in it, and then you can maybe get max arcane orbs and 2 or 3 levels into your W. What is it called?
10
Astral
seconds
Imprison?
to pick.
Yes, your astral imprisonment, and then you can just completely destroy.
5 seconds
And
remain.
it depends on whether you want to get
Minions turned
level
royally screwed up.
10 or 11 or level 6.
Hmm. Well, in any case, we're not going to see him in this game since he's banned out. But we are going to see a Razor, so it is going to be a safe lane Medusa and a mid Razor. Razor is very good against the, well, pretty good against the Juggernaut, very good against the Bristleback. But let's see how they choose to go against this. Razor's pretty good against most mids, but let's see. Silencer's already banned out. Viper's already gone.
Seconds remain.
Who could win the lane against Razor? I not really care whether he wins. SF's gone. They go for a Magnus. So this is actually pretty good for them. Gives them a lot more team fight, and they already have the Enigma ulti, Black Hole available.
Wait. Let me give you this straight. So, if Magnus empowers the Juggernaut before he ults, does Juggernaut get the cleave while he's ulting?
Juggernaut gets the cleave on as many attacks that he's able to get off during the ulti. If he's level
So if
6 and has no stat items, he gets 1 attack off during the ulti, or attack speed items. If he's level 6 and has Mask of Madness, he gets 2 attacks off during the ulti.
Okay.
Alright, so on the Dire, we're going to see our safe lane Medusa being played by Archetype, the mid Razor played by Jakey, the offlane Tidehunter will be played by Kokujin Slayer, and the support duo looks like probably going to be a 4, no, 5, yeah, 4, I don't know. Your support duo, we're going to see Lion played by Rave.byd, and the Venomancer played by Shadow Merc. Meanwhile, on the Radiant, we're going to see offlane Bristleback being played by Lexiprawn. Potentially a dual lane with MaYaTOVENT. He's just going to give awards. It's actually going to be support. I mean, it would be kind of crazy not to have Juggernaut have a support behind him at all in lane. Like, especially against a Tidehunter, who's pretty good against most melee heroes. Mid Magnus being played by Loki. The Jungle Enigma being played by Mastamat. And the safe lane Farming Juggernaut being played by JMS.
If you have a second, I like to acknowledge the Tidehunter effigy of Jade.
Tidehunter Jade effigy, what's he say? My win rate, see. Okay. So it looks like we're going to see a small clash here at the bottom rune. Venomous Gale used, but it's level 1, so there's no damage. And Magnus actually just managed to pick up that bounty rune. He skewers the Venomancer forward, missed an opportunity to throw him onto the cliff. Enigma doesn't want to level any skills yet because he really wants to be greedy and keep that skill point for demonic conversion. He's going to be able to. Venomancer getting quite low, but so is Magnus. He's going to go to this lane against a Razor low. He did Bottle Rush, but Razor's just going to walk at him. Steal up 21 damage, go and hit creeps. Force that Magnus out of lane. Since Magnus leveled Skewer first, he also has to try to get in here because he can't just shockwave down the creeps.
It would have only been worth it to get Skewer if you were to push him on the cliff, but he failed to do so. He should have just kept a skill point there.
Magic Missile being thrown out onto the Tidehunter, but he's going to be okay. He's being zoned out pretty heavily, but he's still getting enough experience out of this lane. Not a whole lot, but he'll be level 2 soon. Once he has level 2, actually he didn't come to lane with a Stout Shield or Ring of Protection, so this Vengeful Spirit's just going to be able to right-click him out of lane. Kraken Shell will not be enough.
Vengeful than the Tidehunter.
Yeah, I'm not sure how...
Looks like there might be a First Blood mid. Nope, miss Gale.
Yeah, an attempted Gale, but the Enigma is there to stop it. He is level 2. He only has 2 last hits, so it looks like he cleaned up a hard camp, probably a centaur camp. And this bristleback is really getting all he wants out of the off lane. Once again, warding the safe lane pull camp, and neither of these supports has any sentries to get rid of it. The ganks being attempted by the Venomancer really haven't paid off that much. He's going to come back into this lane sort of empty-handed. We'll pick up a DD rune though, so this could be his cue to go try and force this Magnus out of lane. Mag already has bottle, and he has skewer available, so he's not... Oh, he's actually going to skewer the Razor under the tower. Manages to get out there. First blood is actually picked up onto the Tidehunter by the Juggernaut first, but he is able to kill... Magnus is able to kill Jakey on the Razor. Just managed to get behind him. So what looked to be a very hard lane for Loki going in, since he didn't have any regen available to him, turns the other way. He gets his bottle and he gets a kill.
Jakey just hasn't been performing these past few games.
Well, you get in ruts sometimes.
Yeah.
Kokujin Slayer walking forward. He does have his Kraken Shell now, but choosing to get more regen over a Stout Shield or a Ring of Protection. I think he'll bring those to him soon. He definitely needs them in this lane.
Juggernaut's winning in last hits with 16-6, 17-6 now.
Yeah, Radiants are absolutely destroying on the CS chart right now. Tidehunter moving forward. Look, I'm not sure what he went in there to actually do. He already had this ward blocking the medium camp. It looked like maybe he wanted to try and kill this Enigma, and he had the opportunity to cancel that Clarity fairly early, but no such luck for him. Bristleback coming in to contest this farm from the... not farm, this camp pull. He's going to get zoned out pretty effectively. He's definitely getting more out of his lane than the Tidehunter is, though. Mostly because of this pull camp ward that never was dewarded.
Could have been easily dewarded with just a sentry right here.
Yeah, it's right in the middle, so the typical sentry right here would have gotten it, but the dire support's just not having the cash. Razor's going to go down to Vengeful Spirit haste gank.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
And turns out that, you know, Jakey, he does fairly well. He usually has positive KDA in the in-house, but this game he's just been kind of focused down as before.
Top tower is being attacked.
Potentially just going on full tilt at this point. He can still pull it back though. The Dire heroes definitely have the late game. At least the ultra late game, 60 minutes plus, but it'll maybe be a hard fight to get there.
If they get there.
Yes, if indeed. Right now, both of their cores are sitting behind or equal with all three of the Dire cores, and we look just at the net worth. Medusa's only 300 ahead of that offlane Bristleback, and Razor's actually behind all three Radiant cores. Which, I mean, it's not really the position you want to be in. Vengeful Spirit's still sitting around here. She has smoked around and gone top, and looks like she wants to get another kill off onto this Razor before he gets 6. Razor's moving forward with Static Link onto the Magnus, but this is probably going to turn into a death for him. He's going to get Magic Missiled, and then one last skewer being able to... not one last, a skewer is just able to catch him on the edge and clean him up in the end. So 4-0 for Radiant. They should be able to start pushing towers soon. Enigma's getting everything he wants out of the jungle. The Venomancer was sitting under the tower there. Not entirely sure what that was about. But Enigma's very close to his Blink Dagger. And it looks like that is what he's going to choose to go for over a mech or boots. And he can do it this game. Like, he doesn't actually have to be in the lane or help anything until he gets this blink. Since all of his lanes are kind of one at this point. Once the level 6s come out, though, this is going to be Dire's game to try to take by storm with those. An Invis rune allowing... Oh, jeez. Allowing Loki to get a solo RP off onto Jakey, followed by a magic missile, and he's going to go down again. Tower hit's not quite going to be able to kill MaYaTOVENT on the way out.
Jakey just is not having the best of luck with these ganks. He's just getting constantly focused down.
Yeah, that Invis rune definitely played a big role in that, and it looks like... I'm not actually sure which one they picked up. Magnus bottled that, and he also got the bounty rune that time, so he's able to get both. Which really shouldn't have happened. Lion has rotated mid, along with the Venomancer, though. Venomancer is baiting Loki forward. He gets the Venomous Gale off onto Loki, but Loki's able to kill him before really any support's able to rotate in. And the Blink Dagger is finished for the Magnus, so this is going to be sort of the beginning of the end for Dire, I think. Juggernaut's nearly got enough money.
Just hit 6. Tidehunter did just hit 6. He does have Ravage. No mana for it, though.
Tide has 6, but I'm not sure how much it's going to do. They have, or Radiant have Black Hole almost available. MaYaTOVENT actually feels confident farming the Dire hard camp right now.
Jakey even agrees, Maya MVP.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Definitely at this point. He has Maya and Vengeful Spirit. The who is playing that? Oh, Maya, right. Loki playing on the Magnus. The rotations from Venge have been really strong. And Magic Missile actually is going to go out onto this level 3 Venomancer, and he's just going to get cleared up. They potentially could dive the tower to get that Medusa, but they're going to back off, and so will Medusa. They're just going to stack this top tower.
Pings coming up from Bristleback. Looks like they might want to take top.
MaYaTOVENT rotating back onto Jakey. A blink forward into a skewer back from Loki, and MaYaTOVENT comes in with a magic missile. Jakey down again.
At this point, do you think Jakey should just start roaming around and maybe trying to look for kills somewhere else?
Jakey doesn't have any points in Eye of the Storm yet, so I'm not really sure how much he could get done.
This does not look good for Razor.
And meanwhile, Lion is still level 4. He really wants to get that level 6 because that is one of the things that's really going to turn this around. Loki and MaYaTOVENT once again cleaning the Venomancer, who just TP'd in. Not just TP'd in, just walked in to try and get some experience in mid. Jakey is going to TP right back there, but Loki picks up his Arcanes, gives some meta to MaYaTOVENT, and they're going to go kill this Razor again. Swap is available, as well as Magic Missile. I believe RP is still down, but oh no, RP is up, so another solo RP. Another Magic Missile, a couple tower shots tanked, and Jakey is going down again.
I think GG was called, and I don't know if it was cancelled or not. Looks like it might have been cancelled.
Yep, it's a pseudo GG. 11-0 for the Radiant at this point, though. An Enigma, 10 minutes. He hasn't finished his Blink Dagger, actually, and he's not level 6. That attempt to farm the Dire hard camp really didn't pay off for him. But he's going to move in now and convert some creeps. He should have his Blink Dagger very quickly. He did get his level 6, not enough mana for it yet, though. And
I find it kind of silly that he didn't go for a Soul Ring first.
Yeah, he
Soul
did.
Ring on Enigma before Blink is more necessary.
He definitely was greedy about that, but he will get it still here at 11 minutes. It's a little bit late. But that first Blink Black Hole... Normally you're like waiting for the first Blink Black Hole because the opposing team is sort of ahead. because you have that jungler, that super greedy jungler who doesn't really gank the lanes very well early, but he's just sort of had
The
free reign.
rotations from Maya and on mid, just giving Magnus and the Vengeful so much more experience.
Yep.
And gold.
A swap forward onto Kokujin Slayer by MaYaTOVENT, and a skewer back by Loki, but he's gonna Kojikin's actually gonna be able to juke all three of these heroes for a little while, but he's not able to juke the shockwave, and ends up going down to Loki.
Enigma just apparently hates trees.
Enigma does hate trees. Now, Enigma does have his Blink
It's
Dagger,
worse
but
than
he
ever.
does not quite have enough mana here for the Black Hole. He's very close. You will have it by the time any heroes rotate in. But it looks like Dire are willing to just give up this tower. Arcane's used, he definitely has it now.
Bristleback is fourth in net worth.
Except for Medusa, every single Radiant hero is above the rest of Dire. Which probably spells pretty much the end of this game, unless there are some fantastic team fights taken by the Dire here as the Radiant push into their towers.
I don't know how that's gonna work out because this Venomancer isn't even 5 yet, let alone 6.
Oh, yeah. An RP doesn't quite hit 2, but it doesn't really matter because he prevents the Tidehunter from using his ultimate. Black Hole used on Bid and Tidehunter, a skewer forward, and not a skewer, a shockwave on both, and that will clean everybody up. The Omni Slash being used on the Vengeful Spirit to start off that fight. Not Vengeful Spirit, on the Venomancer. I am absolutely forever going to get those two heroes messed up. I cannot wait until they are no longer first, or they're no longer common picks. Another Invis rune for Mag. He doesn't have RP, but he...
the difference in XP earned and net worth. Radiant is nearing 12,000 more than Dire.
Oh, jeez.
So
In both, and it's just going up. That tower does go down to the Juggernaut, and he moves forward onto... Oh, jeez, onto Shadow Merc. He kites him around for a little while, or Shadow Merc manages to kite the Juggernaut around for a little while, but the blink in from the Invis Magnus with a skewer backwards, allowing Juggernaut to get that last hit and clean him up. Bristleback here is diving towards tier 2s on this Tidehunter. Tidehunter does have Ravage available, but there are 3 heroes here, but there are no Dire heroes available. He actually...
Loki needs to use them and Ruti uses them.
And he just managed to get Vision with a Howl.
Ravage
So they
used.
do finally force out the Ravage, but it doesn't matter. Oh boy.
What a swap.
Ven
What a
swapping...
swap into Skewer.
Yeah, Ven swapping the Tidehunter into the Skewer.
That was magnificent. Beautiful even.
I agree, MaYaTOVENT MVP. And GG is called with a tier 1 and all the tier 2s remaining. And that's going to be cleanup. MaYaTOVENT and Loki doing work this game. That was crazy.
That was absolutely insane.
Not a single Radiant hero died.
9-0 Magnus, 6-0 Juggernaut, 4-0 Vengeful. It's too much.
Yeah, well, that was
Too
a good
much.
old-fashioned stomp, and very fun to watch. Perhaps not so fun to be on the receiving end of, but I hope you enjoyed it as well. Catch me at twitch.tv/Nifan or on Twitter at @NifanDota, and I'll see you next time.